Hi, Dr. Andrea McSwain. It's Thursday, September 13th, 2018, and we have lots to talk about for diabetes because we are in an epidemic of blood sugar and metabolic problems in our country. I just want to tell you how excited I am today to talk about Rethink Your Drink, because so much of what we get for junk food or problems is actually coming in our beverages, because we are thinking, oh, there's no problem with our beverages. So I really want to break that down for you tonight and talk about some of the details so that you can understand how much sugar you're actually receiving in those sports drinks and sodas and diet sodas, and why a lot of people who are gearing themselves towards health are focusing a lot on what their beverages are. And then we can talk about a lot of great other things in the future too, about what kind of beverages you can replace them with. So tonight we're going to talk about the hazards of some of the things that we drink. Right, and I love that Rethink Your Drink has come through the American Heart Association and also sponsored by Delta Dental, because they're saying even in our most conventional basic understanding, we need to redefine what we're drinking, because a lot of times people say, oh, just get me a soda, fill in that soda, and then they think there's nothing wrong with that, or they say I only have one a day. I can give you many examples, but I'll narrow it down to a few of people who have had problems because of their beverage choice. I was meeting with a patient who was saying to me, you know, I don't sleep well, I'm agitated, I have depression, I keep gaining weight. And I said, okay, well, what's going on? Finally, to see that she was consuming 2 liters of soda, caffeinated soda, every day. So she was like 5-timesing the normal amount of carbohydrates, which is a normal macronutrient, but the normal amount of carbohydrates that she was needing in her body to function by about 5 times a day. And because the caffeination was so high, she really couldn't live any kind of life that she wanted to. So it really affected the quality of life. Another example are these monster drinks or soda drinks that are very high in caffeine and sugar. And people really mess up their adrenals because the sugar is supporting them in the short term and the caffeine is jolting them. But what goes up must come down. And that is a physics law, and it's also in many respects a hormone law, especially when it comes to our stress hormones. And these stress hormones are highly regulated by how much sugar or simple carbohydrates we have, because we use simple carbohydrates to fuel us in the short term, but they can often deplete us in the long term if we only have simple carbohydrates and we have an abundance of them. So we're talking about first soda. 18 cookies, 6 donuts, 16 packets of sugar. And I really do like the advertisement or the video on rethinkyourdrinkmi.org, because it shows someone drinking or ingesting all these soda packets. And that's what I see when I see someone grabbing a soda pop. Not benign, really quite hazardous, and not just because of the caffeine, which caffeine has its place, and then the simple sugars, but also the carbonation that can be quite toxic in these beverages. And it's really a lot of the carbonation that causes the inflammation in the blood vessels, leading them to be unstable, and then making the plaque that is in these blood vessels unstable, contributing to heart attacks and stroke. Yes, those are the direct lines. So soda pop is very toxic for many reasons, right? So what do? Have diet soda. That was definitely the conversion, 15, 20 years ago, when soda pop all of a sudden got this bad rap. And also because people were drinking it in such large numbers. My Nana having a soda pop every 3 or 4 months didn't really impact her for her 89 years of life. But, the people who are having a few sodas a day, or even one soda a day. I mean, really, it is quite the treat. It goes in the treat domain. So, soda was kind of pinpointed several years ago to be problematic. And then diet soda got this like really great reputation. And patients will ask me, what is better, soda or diet soda? And I say, that's like asking me if the devil looks better in white or red, because soda is soda. And diet soda takes a natural sugar away and puts in an artificial sugar. So an artificial sugar is an unknown chemical to the body. And unknown chemicals to the body wreak havoc on the body. They store them as toxins, particularly in the liver. Some may even argue in the brain. And then the body walls off these toxins because it doesn't know what to do with it. So it's difficult to take it through the excretion pathway, that can't convert it. So oftentimes it stores it, trying to figure out what it is. So then we have stored chemicals. And oftentimes, like aspartame, as far as I understand, has had the #1 amount of complaints to the Food and Drug Administration. So the FDA's #1 chemical for complaints is aspartame. That is one artificial sweetener that's in diet sodas. Sucralose is another one. You might even see fructose and think, well, it's not high fructose corn syrup. Actually, high fructose corn syrup got to be relabeled as fructose. So fructose and high fructose corn syrup are the same. So if you are seeing labels that say no high fructose corn syrup, but in the ingredients they are listed as fructose, then yes, you are looking at possibly a natural sugar that's been highly modified to the point that it is foreign to the body. Soda pop, diet soda, not your friends. Okay, well, what keeps you still purchasing from the large beverage companies? Flavored water. Flavored water loaded with artificial sweeteners, really unfortunate. I think vitamin water is probably the only one that has any prayer of being decent. Otherwise, all the rest of them are loaded with artificial sugars. So whatever you read on the front of the container, make sure you turn it around and read the back of the container where it says ingredients. It's very small print. Yes, many of us will have to bring glasses to look at it, or magnifying glasses. It doesn't matter. If it actually says anything more than something like water, right, then, and some other words that you would recognize as natural food items, then it is not good for you. You want to put it down and save your money. Okay, so now that I've kind of recommended you take soda off the table, diet soda off the table, flavored water from the store, I definitely suggest that you add flavored water at home with mint, cucumber, berries, organic berries, mashed up. All those things can really add a lot of joy, give you good minerals and nutrients in your water. So now what's next? Well, let's go to sports drinks. Yeah, so my favorite thing to say about sports drinks, especially Gatorade, and shout out to my McSwain side of the family from Northern Florida. And we have a few Gators in our family from down south of the university. So what is Gatorade? It is a highly concentrated electrolyte combination, including high amounts of sugar, that are designed for 19-year-old men who are playing football in the heat of the day in a Florida summer. Not me, not you, not most of us, right? That's not who we are. So is Gatorade okay? Powerade and such. Look at the ingredients. Look at the sodium content. Look at the sugar. And what you'll see is you are not going to be very happy with that, especially drinking it full strength. So don't do it. If you are gonna have a Gatorade or a Powerade, dilute it up to 50% or more, because you don't need something that's a highly concentrated mix. Now, I'm not even going to talk about powdered drinks or Kool-Aid, because do not do that to yourself. I have met many, many people also who drink high amounts of lemonade or juice that also find their lives to be quite miserable because they are so fatigued from being high on sugar. And so being high on sugar through your beverages is not going to help you. Being full of toxins because of artificial sweeteners, that's not going to help you either. So there are definitely some great alternatives, and we are happy to discuss them. I'll briefly discuss them now, but you want to look at plant-based support, as I mentioned before, by adding fresh sliced fruits to your water. And I will give you a great recipe for lemonade. It is slice lemons or squeeze the lemon into water, add stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener. There's beet sugar, cane sugar. This is a leaf sugar, 40 times sweeter than natural sugar or cane sugar. Hi, Lacey. Thanks for joining. And the way to make lemonade with it is to add to your water some lemons and some stevia drops. And there you go. You can also mash up some organic strawberries and make strawberry lemonade. It's delicious. There are no calories. It is completely natural, and it has a lot of electrolytes and support for you. So even if you're on the golf course or you're out on a hot day, squeezing some lemon is a great idea. Taking some mint leaves, putting in there, or even a tea bag that has a really nice flavor, like rose hips is one of my favorite, and putting in a tea bag and just having, room temperature water is a better way than adding, artificial ingredients to your life. So I wanted to talk about that because it's really important. And then I just wanted to mention that, there are definitely some great products on the market. We are happy to be affiliated with them. We offer phytoganics through Metagenics, and phytoganics is a tropical flavored green powder that you add to water, mix it up, and it basically gives you all the plant-based nutrients that you need in one scoop. That's really great for everyone, but particularly people who need to add those good plant-based nutrients. They're called phytonutrients, which are plant-based nutrients, and they need to get them quickly and frequently. So we have that to offer you. You can find that on our Full Script account. We have them in the office. If you're a golfer, Phytoganics comes in a stick, and you can add that stick, a few of them or 10 of them, in your golf bag so that you have them if you're a skier or outdoors person and you just want to be able to drop some powder into your water. Then Phytoganic sticks is a great way to go. You usually want the canister. It's a little bit better to have that, but the sticks are great. And then, of course, PDCM, which is getting rave reviews in our office from so many people. Natalie Boss and I just had it the other day. I call her Natalie Boss, but she's the boss, that's why. And it's actually Natalie Boss, but she is amazing, and she was just working hard to help save the world. And we did some shots of PDCM minerals. Tastes like minerals, full of boost. Hi, Angie. Angie was there too, and we had a good time doing some educational videos for KPS. But as you can imagine, doing solid days of production with all the tumultuousness of that, a good mineral shot was very supportive to helping the day go better. And Phytoganics would have been a great complement to that. So there are a lot of things you can do to support your beverages, but rethink your drink, and it's particularly important to stop diabetes because there's so many simple sugars that are added to beverages. I also am excited to offer our class on Reverse Your Diabetes Type 2. It's an 8-week course, and you'll be hearing more about that. Please PM me or Instagram message me, call our office. We're starting September 27th. And be on the lookout for our 5-day challenge, which if you do the work, it's going to save you a lot of money because of doing a huge discount off the cost of the class. We want you to reduce your diabetes, stabilize your blood sugar, reduce your risk for heart attack, stroke, and Alzheimer's. So please join me, Facebook Lives, and anytime. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night.